What about twirly lager with ice crystals?
No, it was awful. It was terrible. I can't
You're a
remember.
bad man, John Martin. You're a bad man.
I was about to. Yeah, I would have been in court for it if I had said it.
Blimey. Twirly lager. Yeah, it was good. I really liked it. Twirly beer, little ice crystals. £6 a pint or something like that, but you know.
Fucking hell.
That's all right.
You got a show as well, though, John. You got a show. You got to remember, it wasn't just you had a queue for it. It took ages. It took absolutely ages.
£6.
Shall I roll the intro?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Let me just check that we're firing on all. Yep, firing on all the cylinders. All right, let's roll that motherfucking intro. So, doing that classic movie bit.
All the cylinders sound good, but it's only 3 cylinders, really.
That's what you need to make
Well, no, that's a turn of phrase, isn't it?
4 cylinders, yeah, but there's 3 cylinders. It could be a 5-cylinder engine, but it's 3.
I was saying that we were all cylinders. That's what I was saying.
And we are live. Welcome to the RDAs Show, episode 182. It's finally here. The last episode. No, don't worry, don't panic. I could feel the emotions bubbling to the surface there amongst the viewing public. No, it's not the last one. I'm just kidding. But it is episode 182. That was factually accurate. Welcome. Good to see everyone in chat. Graham's in, Johan's in, Scotty Bogfoot, Dave Wright, John Martin's in chat as well. Dominic Pelosi, Tony, Bob, Gareth, Dave, Gary, the lot. Everyone's in there.
Blokes. Good. This sounds like some good blokes. Them blokes.
Yeah, Ant's in. It's gonna be party central in there tonight.
Sausage fest.
Yeah, it's a lot of blokes, mainly blokes.
Nick Smith said, "We've been able to hear you for a few minutes." We do know that.
Yeah, we know it's
we know.
It's our new thing. It's like
We're just silly bastards.
in front of the curtain. It's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a cracking show. We've got Travava. We've got This Week on Instagram. It's sweeping the nation. That I've noticed. VT UK have copied that now.
What's that? Talking
This Week on Instagram. Yeah.
Well, This Week on Instagram.
VT UK have copied that now. We've also got news from the high-end vaping world, as well as world vaping news, and we've got I can't remember what we call it, but some sensationalist bullshit from the gutter press.
Yeah. We've got some right shit.
We've got some right shit from the red tops, as we call them in my house.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, let's crack on. James, how has your week been? What are you drinking? What are you vaping? And is duct tape overrated?
Good question.
Are you spelling that CT or CK?
CK?
Oh, okay.
All right. Look.
Yeah.
Duct tape. Not for ducts.
I haven't found a duck yet, so it's unopened.
So that's the requirement so far.
Two entirely different tapes for 2 entirely different jobs. Okay, thank you very much, Rich. My week has been all right. I suppose the boy's been in for his tonsils out on Tuesday.
Oh, poor little mugger.
So, so it's been like, it's a bit kind of it's emotional, isn't it? It's emotional.
Horrible. Yeah.
Getting any part of any anatomy taken away. So that's been our week. So we've been in.
So he's had tonsillitis like a couple of times.
Loads of times. Apparently, I went out for a cheeky vape, and the surgeon came around to say everything's fine, everything's good, everything's fine. Took his tonsils out, took his adenoids out, and his tonsils were, and I think to quote, were fucking enormous. I think they were the words, which I think is a little bit unprofessional. They said they were big.
Is that local? Just weird one. Weird because you'll know, because I don't know. Is it local or general anaesthetic? That?
Oh no, sleepy time. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be. I always think, ugh. you know, when it's the love one, you just go, oh, fucking
Yeah,
hell.
it was. Yeah, it was emotional. It really was.
Oh, fucker.
Yeah. So yeah,
You
so
don't
the
know,
dog.
John, because you've not got kids.
But if his dog had to have the tonsils out.
Yeah, it would be about 20%.
Richard's saying that because it's a trigger.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just triggering John.
Yeah.
I was when I trapped Molly's. If anyone remembers back to classic episode 48, when I trapped Molly's finger in a car door, when they said we're going to send the plastic surgeon round, I started crying. just the fact that it was in any way that serious.
Did they have to do an operation as well on Molly?
Yeah, but it wasn't anything like as serious as it sound. Just that made it sound.
Yeah. I understand.
Poor Molly. So yeah, so that's been my way. It's been emotional. Yeah, it's been emotional. But it all seems good. And consequently, it's gonna go. As you can see, the hole that is now remained, and it is perfectly normal size, which is good because it wasn't before. Anyway, that seems.
Is he getting loads of ice cream? Is James Jr.
Yes, James Jr. is getting lots of ice cream, but apparently you're not supposed to just eat ice cream. You've got to eat crispy things. This was also new news to me, revelation. You got to eat crispy things because the crispy things, they get the stuff off the wound and shit. So you got to
kind of scuff it as it goes past.
Yeah, and get any bacteria and stuff there. So even though you've got a really sore throat, have some crisps and some cereal, and it's a little bit cruel. It's a little bit cruel.
Come on, have a fucking pork scratching. Eat it.
It's like a myth buster. This.
Yeah. But after his tea, after his tea today, I made him this ice cream biscuit thing with like two of these posh chocolate biscuit.
Nice, laughing.
Things. Yeah.
We'd call that an ice cream sandwich, but we'd done it.
Yeah. But do you normally have it with posh biscuits on like?
No. Normally it'd be a wafer.
Yeah, a wafer. Yeah. But wafer wasn't anywhere near sandpapery enough for his delicate little open wound. Anyway, so
2 files with ice cream in the middle.
Yeah. So that was that. I am drinking on. I'm just about to open a. Oh, look, John, me and you are beer buddies. We've got our Aldi lagers. got our Aldi beers, me and you. I'm just about to open a Rick and Morty back.
I can't even remember. I can't give shit. I don't care. I don't care.
Pop in there. You get your what they're called, Flynn.
Innocent gun.
Yeah, innocent. Yeah, not Flynn and somewhere. Okay, you get your cheapy lagers in there, and you get your quinoa in there. It's all good. So I'm drinking on that. I am vaping on. I've got it is the usual. It's the usual sunbox, which is still on. We're Viper on top and a whistle on top of there. And in there is Beyond Nutzilla. I ran out of Tobacco Crunch last week, and I felt as though I could do with some time off because I've got loads of juice and I'm not vaping it because all I vape is Tobacco Crunch all of the time, and I felt as though it was getting a bit of a problem that we're just vaping that all of the time and like that, and that maybe it was a bit because I've got stuff from Just Add Nick that I haven't even made from concentrate. I've got the black box ones. I've got like 2 of the black box ones.
Pearl is great.
Yeah, and I've not, and because I've just. Well, I'll just stick with that.
I do that. Apart from with review gear where it needs to be a juice, I know. After that, I physically make the effort to grab a different juice now. Like, do you know what I mean? Rather than
so I'm doing that, but I'm going cold turkey. I deliberately haven't bought any, so that I'm using the juices that I've had for ages. I
mean, obviously with I have a choice of fucking 70 liquids every day. So I do try to make sure that I've got... The other thing I found really good at the moment is doing really contrasting themes. I think it's great. So you go from... So I've got apple tobacco. It is a contrast. I've got apple tobacco in one and crack currant in the other. And you don't lose anything that way. You just go, oh, okay, I've lost that. And then you pick up that. Everything comes back. It's great.
Well, let's see how contrast now. Okay, well, so I've got Beyond Nutzilla in there, which is from Concentrate, and that is from Flavor Art. I have got Goose Juice in the Lugos, with again with the Viper V2 on top and a whistle on top of there. I have got. Oh, I'm back on the Specky Vapes custard cream in my Hellfire setup, and that's also good. And then I've got Jeffrey's Dandelion and Burdock, which I made ages ago from concentrate from Just Add Nick.
Very nice.
And you know where it is? I made it in 50-50. I know the short fill comes in 70-30 or 80-20 or whatever it is. And I didn't like it as much from concentrate as I did from the actual thing. However, the reason was I'd only left it a week or two, and it needed a little bit longer. And it's just as good from concentrate in 50-50 because I prefer 50-50 over.
We do. Somebody asked me just to get this. Somebody asked me the other day something, and they said, "Oh, I always find when I put the nick in, it loses flavour." And I said, "No." And they said, "Oh." And I said, "It's always 20%. It's always like from us. It's always 20%. It's always, especially when I'm talking to someone like Mark, who's manufacturing from the start. I say to him, make it so it works at 20%. So it's always that. I always, they're made especially, so you can do that. So when somebody says, "Oh no, it don't taste like the original," fucking does, mate.
Yeah, I think what you've got to remember is that bottle has been sitting on a shelf or in a warehouse or in a box or whatever for possibly weeks and weeks, probably minimum weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point.
Whereas when you're mixing up there and then you're like, and even if you leave it a couple of days, a week or so, it's nowhere near the amount of time it's been sitting.
Yeah, it'd be two months before it's even on the lorry to the shop it's going to be sold from.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you've got to allow that little bit of time. So I've done that, and I've got it in 50-50, and it's just as good as the short fills. So I'm loving that again. I'm back into loving that again. That's what I'm vaping on. That's what I'm drinking on. Okay, duct tape. Is it overrated? It's not overrated. No. I enjoy having a good tape. A glue and a tape. You've got. I think it's every man's basic essentials to have electrician's tape, a good duct tape. Now I've currently got
good masking tape as well.
Good. Yeah. Do not scrimp on masking tape.
I rarely find a use for it.
Oh, masking tape. Handy. If you're gluing something, get your masking tape on. Whip it round.
I just ring someone.
Yeah, when you're painting, when I first bought this house, we decorated the entire house, and first time around I was like, masking tape for losers, unnecessary expense. It's not. You got it. And don't buy the cheap shit. Buy the good shit, and it's nice.
Where do you draw the line though? Right, so there's a little leak in the cupboard under the sink.
Yes.
Duct tape.
I'll just take it. I'll fix that. I can fix the leak.
Yeah.
But duct tape would fix it.
Nah, it won't. It just
it's temporary. It's not a permanent fixture as a duct tape. It's not a permanent. I mean, I have gorilla glue duct tape at the minute, which is in a nice camo. It's in a nice camo.
How are you going to find it once you've done it?
That's the problem. Well, that's the problem. You're right. You stick that on there. Well, the last thing I fixed, I think, with it was my wife's watering can fell over in the rain or something. Like had a little bit of a break in it, and rather than just fix the actual little bit with a bit of duct tape, I did the entire watering can in duct tape.
Perfect.
Gone. No idea where it is. Absolutely no idea.
Can't find it.
But what you were going to say, you whipped it round, then you kind of pulled the watering can out, and now you've got two. Yeah.
Because Steve in chat says duct tape is like the Force. That is how blokes see duct tape.
It is true. And it's got
don't
that
worry,
added
love.
quality with duct
Don't
tape,
worry, love.
Because it's rippable. It just makes it even better. You don't have to bother trying to find scissors. Just done.
It's good. It's good. I do like that. Because you can rip it in several ways as well, can't you? It's not you can't rip it that way. You can also do. I only need a small strand of duct tape for this particular job. But that's just a hair's width of duct tape, which I'll use to fix this thing that I'm fixing.
The wife's hair fixed.
Obviously, I'd be a little bit concerned if I saw a plumber using it.
Nah. They use plumbing tape, don't they?
Yeah, PTFE tape. That's good stuff as well. You got to have some of that in your. You got to have some of that in your.
Fixed the shower with it 2 weeks ago.
Good stuff. It's good stuff. You are getting awfully handy, mind, John. Awfully handy. I've seen your various jobs around the house lately.
Nothing else to do now. He's in the countryside.
It's true, actually. I haven't got anything to deny that. Like,
Can you coming into the countryside? No.
No.
Okay, in that case, I'll put this putty in myself. Oh, fuck.
I wasn't supposed to put that.
That's putty as well, isn't it?
If I can't start it, I won't bother. You know, if I can't do it, I just won't even try. But nah, fuck it. Not doing that.
Yeah, I think half the problem is, I mean, you're right with little jobs like that, but bigger jobs, you're like, well, I'm going to need this tool and that tool and the other tool. And then by the time you buy all of them tools, you're like, well, I could have easily had a man round to come and fix this for us without any problem.
Or a woman.
I had to... Well, I'll do this because Simon might be watching, but it's quite funny. When I was putting the roof on the cabin, you have to nail in each shingle on the roof. So, and I said, I've done half the roof. And Simon said, what, you want a nail gun? And I said, right. And he said, yeah, you can hire one. It's like 150 quid. I went, oh, okay. I said, I didn't know. They pick up packs of shingle and carry them up a fucking ladder and throw them on the roof. And he said, no. So I said, well, I don't give a shit about the banging them in. That's easy as shit. Carrying 20 kilos up a fucking ladder, that's fucking hard.
Yeah,
well, that's the fun bit, banging them in. Although nail guns
are a massive investment as well. That.
Yeah, 150 quid, not even mine. At the end of it, I've got a fucking trail of bastard thing back. And if I want one myself, it's like 400 quid. What am I going to do?
You can hire a mini digger for 150 quid.
But what am I going to do with a nail gun after I've done it as well? If I own it. But would you want a picture up? Yeah, it's fucking mental.
Yeah.
You could kill a guy.
Yeah, totally. Go all Lethal Weapon 3 or whatever it is it? Or 2 or 1. Yeah. Whichever one it is. I can't remember which one it is. They're good films. They're good films.
A glue gun. You could get a glue gun, that's cheaper.
It wouldn't have been so good on the roof though.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine.
Yeah, super glue. Put super glue in there instead. That probably still works.
Done.
Okay, glue guns. I'd say the amount of people who do crazy crafting with glue guns. See, I stay away from glue guns. I borrowed a glue gun, and the thing is with glue guns, you turn them on, and they take ages to heat up. Then you turn them off, and then that glue, they're still hot for ages, and that glue just pisses everywhere.
Yep.
I've always found the cartridges quite mysterious. You know, just the stick of hard glue. Something quite magical. No, not just me. Okay.
You do say, yeah. Like James said, you can make. You know, people kind of do a lot of crafty stuff, and you just think whenever someone's done something. I remember on Reddit, someone was making pencil. They've got made pencil cases. It was a pencil case, like a not pencil case. What they call pencil holder, pen holder, whatever. They got they went out and bought a pen holder, and they stuck pencils to it with a glue gun, and they kind of went, "What do you think of that?" And my comment was, "What you've done there is absolutely nothing. That's what that is. Nothing. Totally wasted your entire time."
A pencil holder made out of pencils.
No, but it wasn't there. It was.
That'd be cool, though.
It was a pen holder that would
confusing.
What's the fucking point?
Actually, it'd be shit because every time you went to grab one,
it's glued
it'd
to it.
Spike you.
Yeah, true.
The
twats.
Yeah.
Get used for all sorts. The people who do them videos, like, you know, when you watch a video on YouTube or on Facebook, and then you watch a video that you wanted to watch, but then it goes, you've watched this video, you might like some sort of DIY shit, or you might like some sort of people hurting themselves stuff. You get them. I get them in my timeline where people are just going, well, I want to do it. I'll make a phone case with me glue gun.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I'll just cover my phone in glue, and then there you go. That's a phone case there.
No.
That's not a phone case. That's not a phone case.
It's not, is it, mate?
It's not. It looks shit. It looks shit. And you, the fact that you're putting sparkly things on there just makes it look like a gypsy.
What I've seen 1,000 times is the one they get a piece of wood, it's like an offcut of wood, and they make a ring out of it using resin. And at the end, they like go, "Whoa, what do you think of that?" And you go, "Nothing." You just wasted your fucking time.
Yep.
Not only is it shit, but you've got to walk around with that on now.
We've heavily digressed.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay, that's me done. That's me. Okay. Let's go to John. Because he hasn't spoken much this evening. John, what you drinking? How's your week been? What'd you have for your lunch? What you have for your lunch, John? What you vaping? What you drinking? Oh no, you're drinking. You're drinking the Aldi beers, man. Yeah, you drink. I don't even need to ask you that, man. You're drinking the Aldi beers. And if you tonsils out, so not tonsils, but if you had to lose a part of your body which was functional, you can't see appendix or like one of them, like a kidney, an outside part of your body. What part, outside part of your body? So it's a visible part. So a toe, finger, nose, eye, ear. What would you lose?
Like it. Good question. I'm obviously drinking that Inus and Gun Mangoes on the Run. And when I read it, I always go, Mangoes on the Run.
That's probably why they called it that.
Yeah, of course it is. All right, Richard. I understand that.
He's feisty this evening.
Helping other people out with it, man.
Did you do an impulse buy in Aldi?
I wasn't in fucking Aldi.
Oh. I thought you were.
I bought it in the co-op. They sell it in Aldi. This has been the case.
Oh, I thought you'd gone
We don't have a
Aldi.
fucking Aldi. Somebody said to
Aldi's got this bit in the middle, or I don't know if they're all like this. I assume they are, and it's just got really random stuff.
Yeah, we've
like
been
half-cut wellies and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
is it Aldi? What's the other one?
Lidl do the same, yeah.
Lidl do the same thing, and I still remember being in there. Probably been there 3 times. And in the middle, that middle bit, the impulse buy, they'd got suit in a box, and it was medium, small, medium, and large. And you're thinking, who's wearing that? I mean, come on, your sister's getting married. You need a suit. Let's get down there.
They do suit in a tin now. It's like a big mackerel tin. You just go.
That would be awesome. Where's the key?
It's real. It's real. It's a real thing.
Where's the fuck? Are you joking?
Nope. You have to get your own shirt. What? It's a real thing. It's a real small, medium, and large.
That's an amazing way to buy something. Small, medium, and large. I just love it.
That will fit some people. Like a small.
It's not off the peg.
Imagine if it did. Imagine if it fit you just at mint.
It's covered in brine though. To preserve it, you know.
The key is to keep your finger on the lid when you tip it, so the zinc don't fall out.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah. Oh, he's such a dick. Week's been good. You know what the beer I'm drinking is. I have got. What have I got? I've got. I lied. I just realised I lied. I've got frozen apple tobacco, 50 milligram, in the EBL. Oh, I've got a new model on my way. I'll have it tomorrow. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But for the moment, it's on top of the Sinuous V200 by Wismec, isn't it? Something like that. Yeah, Wismec. 50 milligram. Oh, with a whistle tip. Well, have we got anything from Rick? When are they going on? I don't know when they're going on.
No, no, he hasn't got them yet.
But he's got them. I'm sure he's going to post it on iOS. Anyway, they're really good. I've really got used to that tip. What I lied about earlier is this isn't crack current. It was, but it's getting towards that kind of warm time of year. Where did I put the thing? Where did I put it? I don't even know. It's got cactus punch in it. Because it's cactus punch weather, I think.
It is.
So that's 45 milligram cactus punch. But that's lovely. What I had for lunch? I had a bit of a weird one. I had Brazilian hot wings because they were in the reduced section and they were down from £4 to 85p. So I thought I'm having that. And a couple of sausage rolls from the hot counter thing. I had those as well.
Were they hot?
Yeah, like warm, probably more warm because he'd have to pay that. They weren't in a hot thing, so he'd have to pay that, which is quite good.
You are a brave man buying 85p reduced down from £4 to hot wings, mind.
I don't give a shit. I'm terrible for that. Reduced stuff in. Yeah, I've done that.
What about 3 for 2?
Yeah, but it's not really an offer. Is it 2 for 1? I'm in there. 3 for 2. That's not much, is it? Yeah, but anyway, hot wings, 85p, £4 down. They were probably going out of date as I was eating them, but I didn't really care. It was good.
That's fine.
And obviously, 2 tangerines for pudding. It's just lovely. What appendage would I remove? I do have quite small ears, so one of them probably.
But then your headphones would fall out.
Maybe duct tape.
That's what you need.
They do actually use duct tape, don't they?
Just do that one in. Sorted. Yeah, how long? A roll would last you ages. I could just have a completely shaved bit in my head this side. Straight on.
Stylish. Why do they call it duct tape? Why do they call it duct tape? Why is it? Is the brand Duck? Is it Duck brand tape?
That is a brand, isn't it?
There's duct tape, isn't there? DUCK, and then there's duct. Isn't there duct? DUCT. Yeah, I don't know. That's
really limiting the uses, though, isn't it? How many ducts have you taped? Not that I haven't. He
hasn't taped any because
he's poultry either.
He hasn't even opened his, so his is just for ducks. This one is CK. So. Yeah, that's what I do anyway. One ear because they're quite small, and you won't be able to tell. Look, if you got one of them.
Oh, it was originally called duct tape.
Oh, it was originally duct tape. Oh, fair enough. We've answered it, chat. Fuck you. You were too slow. I've got it. Richard, how's your week been? What are you vaping on? What are you drinking? What rice did you have for lunch? We'll go back. Fuck it. Your special question is... James reminded me of this special question. Something he said. Which is, what word do you struggle to say when you see it written down? I'll give you 2 examples. One is a joke that me and Mrs. John have, which is hors d'oeuvres. When you're in a restaurant, we'll have the hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres, your mind goes, I don't know what the fuck that is. I know, I do know, but I don't know. So it's hors d'oeuvres. And the other one is quinoa, which is quinoa. That you go, I don't know.
Gosh, that's tricky.
What word do you struggle to say?
I don't do a lot of reading.
That's a fucking menu.
I just look at the pictures in a menu.
And I will say, I don't know what quinoa tastes like. I've never tried it. No idea.
Oh, it's nice.
Obviously, famously, Svo Mesto. Which my brain has always said Smo Vesto. I've always just flipped it around because for me, it just works better.
Yeah, got you.
And so, obviously, for years, you're reading it on forums and in Facebook and all that, and you're just reading it. You're not really paying any attention when you're watching a video about or from Svo Mesto. So when you get sent your first K-Fun to review, and you just go, check this out from Smo Vesto, and everyone just goes, lol. So that was quite a famous one. I don't know why I just like not paying attention. I think that's my thing. Words. Oh, I still haven't learned how to say Galisi, the battery people. You know, everyone's going on about these batteries all the time.
Right.
I still don't know what the official pronunciation is. Answers on a postcard. Galisi? Gol? Isi?
Oh yeah, let's somebody spell it phonetically in chat.
Galisi? No, it's got to be Gol, hasn't it? First bit's got... I don't know. But I don't know an actual word. I don't know. Exit. Sometimes readers excite.
That's good.
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's not bad. What about the new who I don't know how to pronounce it. The Hawaii the phone people. You know, the phone people who are now banned from Google.
Huawei.
Yeah, they're advert. They're like, oh yeah, buy the new Huawei. It's like, well, I didn't think that was that. I have got one though, which was when I was younger. For Christmas, I always used to get alternate years, the Bruins and our Woolly annuals. I know this is not necessarily who you giving the finger to there, John.
It's that big guy, isn't it?
It is that big guy. Donald just sent me the worst picture on the
Oh,
planet.
shit, man. Is he sending you news again?
I sent him a really.
I know, you know what's happening here. This whole thing is escalating, and you're going to start
So
just getting cock and
bad.
balls.
It's going to
The
end
other
in an
time-
affair.
The other day I was just watching the TV and I sent Mark this terrible one, and it took him about 5 minutes to get over it. But he's just sent me all worse. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Pop it up on screen, John.
sorry.
Pop it up on screen. Go on, pop it up on screen. Pop it in chat, John. Pop it in chat. Pop it in chat. Anyway, so so when I was younger, we used to get the brooms in the Our Woolly, and in Our Woolly, and maybe even in both of them, there's a policeman who's called PC Murdoch, and when I was younger, I read Murdoch as in my head as Murchard or something like that. So in my head, I go, oh, it's PC Murchard.
Yeah.
And then whenever I see Murdoch now, I think, oh, it's PC, it's Murchard.
Did you do that with the owner of the Sun newspaper?
Once your
Oh,
brain,
yeah.
once your
Yeah.
brain has decided a word that you've read and never heard, that's it.
Yeah.
And I never read them out loud. I wasn't an out loudy read. I was so I never had anybody going, that's not Murchard, that's Murdoch.
That's what I mean. That's the perfect example of what I was talking about. Hoovra Dovras. When you're sat in a restaurant, you think, "Well, I know what that is. I don't need to say it out loud. It's not a problem. I'll have that. I'll have the mixed Hoovra Dovras." But if you're in a Chinese restaurant, so you can just go, "Oh, I'll have that." So it's not actually a problem because you know what it is. But your mind just goes as you pick it up and you look down. Your mind goes Hoovra Dovras, and you go, "No, it's not that." And your brain goes, "Yeah." For it's fine to say that.
Yeah, we see horses dovers anyway.
Yeah,
So,
it's why me and my wife always call it. We always call it Hoovra Dovers. I don't know. Do you fancy Hoovra Dovers? Yeah, I love that. Lovely. Yeah, Hoovra Dovers, the hot ones.
Oh, okay. So, drinking. It's just a little Belgian number. In here.
What from Robinson's?
No Robinsons today. It's a Belgian number. I don't know exactly how you pronounce it. I think it's Stella Artois, something like that. But yeah, got that going on. That's lovely drop.
I'm gonna
Probably get that in your Aldi, John.
Look, Chandler decided to join in. That was not. He's joined in for no reason at all. That's Chandler in a leather waistcoat with an Alpha 3. There you go.
And a bow tie. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's not him joining in. That's just a pic.
Yeah, he is. He's joining.
Feel free to swipe left. So drinking that, vaping on. We'll be talking about this later on. The tripod from Atmizoo. Tripod RTA.
I didn't want to hear about this.
So that's coming up. Also got the Poison RDA. Poison RDA on here. That's
Who's Poison? Where's that from? Who's that?
Oh God, don't ask. It's from. I have to read this to say it properly. Damn Self Lie Tech make the Poison RDA. It just got a bit. It's matte black and it's got a bit of knurling on, so it had to go on the Arcless for that reason. I've got Cassandra in there from Just Had Nick. And yeah, I'm messing around with other stuff, various other things. The Recurve Jewel is here as well. Review is now live for that. If you want to check that out after the show, feel free. So that's that. Week's been fine. Standard week, bog standard old lady. Just normal week. So let's just crack on with the news.
Excellent. Someone's just there's a really good one in chat. Somebody, Vic Freel. I had read but not used the word facsimile, and it wasn't until I was 19 before I realised it wasn't pronounced face smile, which I agree. That's a perfect.
I love the idea of that coming up in a boardroom meeting the first time you said that.
Yeah, that would be absolutely awesome. Oh, we got the okay, very short, little tiny bit of news. Just a quick one. If you're a member of Safer Vapors, get over there now, because we've supported the cause in the past. I've done it once on SB, and James has done it once on the IDLM show page on Facebook. but it's a raffle for May, Fox Hope for May. If you're a member of SV, pop over there. We've got a massive amount of prizes, and they're running the. You can buy tickets from now until the end of June. So the good thing about that is, if you buy a ticket now, you'll forgot you've bought it in 4 weeks' time. So that is handy. It'll be a nice surprise for you. But yeah, go over to Safer Vapors on Facebook, get yourself a ticket. There'll be a $5, and they're for specialist physio for May. Fox. Matt is an Omi.
There it is.
And I watched the show. He's a good guy, and we've supported May in the past, and she's absolutely superb girl. Like, yeah, she's absolutely amazing.
Proper little sweetheart, isn't she? Proper little sweetheart.
Yeah, I think the first time I think the first one I did was probably about 4 years ago. Matt's in chat at the moment, and James did it last year, and she's kind of grown up into a little cracker. And you also voted her to win an award, and she won because we cheated. It's perfect.
It's like we were saying before about me and James stressing over minor ailments of our children. You know, you can only imagine.
No. It's not. It's that thing, isn't it? Your little ones, and I can't imagine. I hate it anyway. It doesn't matter if it's whatever it is, whoever it is. It feels so awful. That's why I said, do you get getting knocked out? It doesn't matter who it is. If it's my mum or my wife, you just go, no, really, don't like that. But anyway, yeah, go to Safe Vapors and get yourself some tickets. Or if you want to have a look at the prize list and decide you got something, great setup, and you think it could be better off in somebody else's hands and make some money for a really great cause, offer it up on the prize thread. Rich?
Yo.
What's it? Tripod, mate.
I knew what it was, but I was being a dick. Yes, the tripod RTA has landed. I know Mark Todd's got one as well. I've got one. They're virtually out now-ish. It's a brand new RTA from Atmizoo, the tripod RTA. Myself and Mark we've actually had the beta version for months. Just because we were sort of helping out with that whole thing. I think that's okay to say. And this is the actual retail version. It's virtually out right now. 22mm wide, 2mm capacity, top fill.
I thought you were going to say it was like I can't kind of. I'm looking now. I'm kind of searching our folder on my phone. It looks quite big.
It's
tall.
It's quite tall. Let's do the old saver comparison, because there's not many ohms without one. So after the tiers of the saver, it's not that bad. It's pretty similar in height to the saver.
Okay, it just looks. I think it just.
Yeah, it's got that look. It's very sleek, quite tall.
It doesn't look bad. Just kind of thought, oh fuck me, it's quite big.
So 22mm wide, 2mm capacity. Adjustable airflow, like the saver, in two ways. So you can adjust it at the bottom ofs, but it also comes with a range of plugs that can go in the airflow to truly turn it down into a proper mouth to lung. And unlike the saver, a nice range of options as well. So you've got a little 1mm hole, which is very, very nice and tight, 1.2, 1.5 and 1.8, and then you can leave it without a plug-in to take it up to like 2.5mm, I think is the default, which is how I've got it now. Oh, okay.
And what's that, a restricted lung hit? Oh, that's quite loose.
Yeah, it is when you're actually vaping it, you definitely feel the restriction. You wouldn't. It's not the sort of tank you want to go over 30 watts with, really.
Right. I like it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's really smart. It's got the classic deck where one lead goes one way goes the other. Screwing it down, all that sort of stuff.
Why is it called a tripod, Mick? Asking.
I genuinely don't know. I should have asked in all these months.
Hold it up again. Has it not got 3 bands?
3 what?
Hold it up. Yeah, you've got 3 metal bands, haven't you?
No, that's the thing in the middle, isn't it? That's
the tank, but it looks like
I
three
guess
metal
so.
bands.
Yeah, that's true. It's got a very clever way of doing removing the deck and the top fill. So you've got to line up your notches. You slide it along, and they just pull off. I'll do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You've got to find a notch. They're really subtle, which is nice actually. So you see these tanks with massive arrows on them. It's not one of those. So you line up your things, and pop, comes off, and it's nice because you turn it a little bit, and suddenly it's completely locked in. Same with the deck as well. So it's nice because that allows them to have juice flow control. Because obviously turning the deck doesn't ever cause it to come off.
That's the EVL. Like there's the tank off the EVL, so it's got a bayonet fitting.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah, essentially that's exactly what it is. Yeah, but I think it's a lot of the higher end tanks are doing that now. I mean, Squape have had a go as well. Stackwell have had a go as well.
They did. I think everybody got. To be fair, I think everybody got it from the Squape.
It's a nice way of doing it because it allows you to have twisty airflow, twisty juice flow, but you never have to worry about twisting off.
There's loads, simple refill, whatever. There's loads of reasons. It's a fucking good idea.
Too many threads is always a bad thing. Too many you turn on one and it's the wrong one, and then you turn the back and then so they decide to reverse thread that one. So you're I
hate that. That thing. There was that moment about 4 years ago when they started doing reverse threading on everything, and you'd be like going mad, and then you'd remember that bit was reverse threaded. Like,
yeah. That's a classic. That's a classic. When Squonking first came out, and when you're getting out the dripping pin was reverse threaded, and everyone was knackering their pins up trying to get.
I remember the first Snapdragon. I hated it because you screwed the top cap on it under the deck, and it really annoyed the shit out of me.
Even the drip tip is a screw fit drip tip, which you can switch to a 510, which means you can never pull. I really like the strip tip that comes with it, which is fine. But if I didn't, I could switch it. But it means you can never accidentally pull out the drip tip. I love that as well.
Okay.
So it's a very nice tank in this 25-watt thing, but it really comes into its own as a mouth to lung tank. Mouth to lungers really need to check out this tank because.
And what have you got an RRP on it?
£100 in the UK.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure who's going to be carrying it in the UK, or if it might be available now for all I know. But it's about £100. About £100.
It's like a creme de vape product.
Yes, it does very much so. I haven't checked there though yet, but it definitely does feel like that. But yeah, there'll be ways of getting it if you know, you know. But yeah, I think it's a quality tank. Obviously, they're a legendary company as well, aren't they? They've paid their dues. Yeah, absolutely. So that is the tripod quality, and I will be doing a proper review at some point as well.
And it's by Atmizoo.
Atmizoo. Although I've never really understood that either because it's Atmizoo by Atmizone.
Yeah. I don't know what that means either, but yeah, they've always went under that, haven't they?
Yeah.
I've just googled and I'm not getting any UK supplier right now.
No, I don't. I'm not sure it's in the UK yet.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, missed it.
But when it is, rough conversion from euros, be £100.
Which is not bad. It's not bad for a high end, that is. It's not bad.
I think it's the going right these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
James, what's happening? What's happening in Europe, son?
Okay, let me tell you. So we've just had, and I know, John, you're going to speak about this a little bit later. The German of Vape. We've had the German of Vape quite recently, and that's it. So we're going to the next one. The next one is going to be Vape Expo Spain, Vape Expo Madrid in Spain. I don't know what it's called. I'm not entirely sure what it's called. All my details for all my news tonight. It's all a bit sketchy. I've put it all together. Oh, it's a bit sketchy, but let's tell you, there is definitely a Vape Expo in June, June 8th and 9th, in Pabellon de Cristal in Madrid. I don't know. It's a Spanish Vape Expo, but there's going to be loads of people there. I can tell you now, there is definitely going to be loads of people there. The reason I'd looked at this before, and according to the website...
Yeah, I will say you've nailed it. It's Vape Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's this weekend, isn't it?
Blimey, yes it is. Yes it is. So if you go and get your cheap flights, get your cheap flights right now. Yeah, it's this weekend. I can tell you now. So I've looked at the website, and the website maybe needs updating. But I saw a thing on the Franklin School group today to say that Franklin School was going there, but it didn't say that on the website. So I'm taking my information from a few different places. I'm taking it from the
go for the website and the exhibitors, because it's their job to keep up with it, James.
Yeah. But if this is exclusive information, well, anyway, I'll tell you who's exhibiting there. You've got a lot of people. Some of the people I've heard of and I've wrote down. Is more the point. Asmodeus, Beard, Chefs are going to be there. Charlie Choctos, Chubby Gorilla, Geek V, Pankson, ODB, who do the rap melodies, Red, Smock, Twisted Messers, Vampire Vapes. They're all going to be there exhibiting. In the Vapers Gallery, you've got lots of Spanish people in the Vapers Gallery. Even though these are all Spanish, but the vast majority of them are. Toro mods, RAM mods, OJ mods, Grid mods, Infinite mods. That's not the Italian one. That's a Spanish one. Kronig, and I know they're Swedish or whatever it is, and Mod Corp. They've also got an artisan gallery, which is mainly like coil makers, Charo, Libra, NVG, Solo, Super, the coil, Bacterio, should I say it? But I saw on the Franklin School group, they had an advertisement for luxury vaping people who were going to be there.
I did see luxury, because luxury, that was the stand or a graphic of the stand was posted on Hellfire, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Hellfire were going to be there. So I'm not.
I really fucking hate that luxury vaping as a thing to put on a banner, but fine.
Well, I didn't write down the bits and bobs, but it was pegged as luxury vaping.
No, that's what it says across the front of the back.
Yeah. So whether this is a separate section with these modders in there, I'm not entirely sure. But you've got a few of the Italians in there. You've got Hellfire in there, so you've got Vicious Ant in there. You've got SVA, Art and Mod. Franklin's going to be there. Hellfire, MCM, and No Name Mods. They're all going to be there in this luxury vaping thing.
That's a brilliant lineup. No, not knocking that. It's wicked.
If they're all going to be there, which I presume they are, like I said, this is not on the website. This is not on. There is no section for this luxury vaping malarkey that I could see on the Expo website. But I saw it through Franklin School. I wrote them down. I'm telling you, dudes, because we've just finished with House of Vape. It seemed quite relevant that we've got another one in Spain.
Mark Ellis just jumped in on chat, by the way. Just say luxury vaping is a store that will be selling a few brands. That's why it's called luxury.
Right. Okay. So they're going to be there selling your shizzle. That's this weekend in Madrid. If you fancy a little Spanish away. Awesome. Okay, John. Over to you on something about pregnant smokers, possibly.
Oh, I quite like this. I don't quite like it. Such a difference. I don't know about yourselves, but when it comes to vaping news, most of it that I see is coming out of the US, and most of it that I see is coming out of the US is bad. But this is coming from convenience.co.uk, which is kind of a sort of retailer's website. The kind of the idea is to kind of stay ahead of the news, and this was published at the end of last week. It was running the newspapers as well, actually, but that's fine. They know what they're talking about, I suppose. Pregnant smokers should be encouraged to vape, midwives say. Pregnant smokers should be encouraged to use vaping devices to help them quit tobacco, the Royal College of Midwives, RCM, has recommended. While vaping devices such as electronic cigarettes do contain toxins, they are at far lower levels than found in tobacco smoke. A new RCM position statement said, if a pregnant woman who's been smoking chooses to use an e-cigarette and it helps her quit smoking and stays smoke-free, she should be supported to do so. It said, based on the available evidence on e-cigarette safety, there was also no reason to believe that the use of an e-cigarette had any adverse effect on breastfeeding, the statement said, adding that vaping should continue if it is helpful to quit smoking and stay smoke-free. I think that's really not encouraging anybody who's pregnant to vape if they're not, but I think that's a really, really such a massive difference between.
They actually produced a poster last year.
Yeah. I remember we did talk about it on the show at the time,
which is really cool. It was if it was the basic gist from College of Midwives was don't smoke if you're pregnant. If you can't quit, then try an e-cig.
Yeah,
so that was their sort of official stance. And it's nice that they've backed that up in recent times with the official policy statement.
Yeah. I think it's. I think it's great in a way. Well, to clarify, really, and to say, because there's nothing. I don't know how you feel. I really, when I see an 18-year-old smoking a cigarette, I just think, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Because I did that, and it's really, really stupid, and you're really going to fucking regret it. Don't do that. But there's nothing more cringeworthy than seeing a pregnant woman smoking. You just think, oh, you're a fucking crap. Thanks, man.
Yeah. It's good. It's good advice. Obviously, it'd be better to do nothing, just like it is in real life. But it's got to be a massive benefit.
Yeah, huge. And I think Matt from Suck My Mod was every so often. Matt posts things from our side of the Atlantic on his Facebook thread to show other Americans the difference between what they read as the party line and what we get. And so he'll post up, there'll be a billboard, saying, "Oh, vape, stop smoking, vape," and he just says this would never happen in America. And this is another thing that would never happen in America, saying, "Well, just vape." If you can't quit, vape. Because it's, I've known not very clever people who've had 3 kids and they've smoked all the way through it. Every pregnancy is a really stupid idea. Yeah. We know it's a stupid idea. Don't fucking do it. And if you can't quit, vape. And I think it's great that you can stand by that and say, well, the Royal College of Midwives have said don't do that. Do this. James.
Yes. Right. Just a quickie.
I'll always have a quickie off you. I've said that.
Thank you very much. And reciprocate. This is. We've got pics of this. I'm relying on Rich to show up some pics. This is Milo Mods. This is the Corona from Milo Mods. I've got a couple of things tonight that are not brand spankers by any means. However, there is either a list on the go or there's recently been a list on the go and they're still available and that sort of thing. Because every week there's not brand spanking new things every week. But this caught me eye today. This is the Milo Mods Corona. It's one of them ones where it's all stab wood. We've seen similar sort of bits and bobs before, but this is all stab wood. It's got a lovely. I love the shape of it. It's a DNA 60 inside. It's 18650, which I like. It's not a biggie by any means. It's 25 millimeters by 40 millimeters by 73 millimeters, and there's a list running on the group right now. I think there's a list. I think is this the one where you choose your block and then the mail? I can't remember. I've looked at so many things today.
You would want to choose with something like this, though, wouldn't you?
Because it is literally all stabby. It's very stabby indeed. The price for this is €365. That's all in. That is literally everything. That is manufactured to your door, including PayPal fees, €365. And for what it is, it's not that bad. I don't think it's not the cheapest out there, but I think it's not the most expensive by any means.
I think it's lovely.
If the euro was better, then obviously it would be better for us here in the UK. But but it is what it is. It's €365, and we've got a few different pictures there, and I think it looks actually.
I really like it.
Yeah, I really like it as well. I think
it
looks small. It looks small, doesn't it?
How big an atty can you get on that? Do you know?
I do not. I think the next one I want to show you is only goes Oh no! I don't know. I
Looking
honestly
at
don't know.
looking at the battery cap in the picture that's on screen now, it looks like a 22.
Ah, cool.
It does. I mean, we'll definitely take 22. It's whether you can squeeze 23 in there. I don't think it's going to go up any bigger than 23. But I've honestly not got that information in front of us. But yeah, I think it's I like a little
Because
cutaway inside.
there's 4 mil either side of the battery cap, which is 18.
Ah, okay, good, yeah.
So it looks like a 22.
Got you.
I'll definitely take a 22. I'll definitely take at very least a 22. Very true.
Oh, Marksky's saying 24.
Ah, I was wondering.
Always hard to tell from pictures, but definitely dinky. It looks dinky.
It does, doesn't it? It does. Nice looking.
Very sharp.
And that was that. I just wanted to, like I say, that's it's been on the go a little bit of a little while, but it looks good. Looks good. They're out there now. Go and get one if you like it. Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, that's me. John, pattern for holiday.
Oh yeah. I was just going to do a quick thing because I'm going on holiday. So we're flying off next week, and I just wanted to, because it's that time of year when I see those posts when people are asking how to pack for holiday. I think it's even more simple now, but whatever. So the maximum liquid bottle you can put in your carry-on is 100 ml. It's not 100 ml of liquid in it. It's the capacity of the bottle. So that that big bottle is 120. Don't put it in your hand luggage. You can't take it on the plane. If you've got hold luggage, put it in there. It's the capacity of the bottle. Again, there's not 120 ml in there, but this would get confiscated because there is a gap, and then it's 120 ml. Don't take that. What I normally like to do is fill up a 10 ml bottle. Have I got a 10 ml around? No. Or a 60. I'll have a 60 somewhere. Or fill up a 60 ml and put that in my carry-on. That's see-through, so it'd be fine. It can't. Put that in my carry-on with everything else. Things you should take.
So you're recommending just carrying on one bottle and putting the rest in your big case?
That's what I would do.
That's interesting because I've been watching all the vloggers, all the American vloggers coming over to Germany for the expos and stuff, and they had like a bag full of juice like that.
You never fit it in. It depends what the American carriers that you're allowed to take, but your carry-on is the size of a sandwich bag in the UK, and this is the thing I'll tell you personally. So I'll normally take on holiday. I'll take a setup and a spare setup and a spare. So I normally have 3 setups, total setups. So in the bag that's going through the X-ray, I'll have 3 atomizers that have been taken off and put in the bag with the liquid still in them, and a bottle of liquid, and then I think that'll be about it. Yeah, and chuck that through. Take your batteries out of your mods and make sure you've got plastic cases. I know just I think sell cases, but loads of people sell 1860.
You don't necessarily have to do that.
You don't have to
legally.
It depends.
Because they just say any electronics or battery items in this tray, don't they?
They do, but it depends who you. So Air India do have that as a policy that the batteries can't be in the thing, and it goes aircraft to aircraft. As a rule of thumb, I would say take battery cases that are enough to hold the batteries you're taking with you.
You can't take your battery out of your iPhone, can you?
No, but it's a totally different thing. That's a LiPo pack, and you know that, you sarcastic cunt. There's also no plastic case for a fucking LiPo either. But if you personally, I would take battery cases with enough room for the batteries you're taking with you, whatever the fuck they are. And then if they say take them out, take them out. And if they don't. It's fine. Anyway, all batteries must be in your hand luggage, never in the hold. Your bag won't get on the plane. It's very likely they'll just leave it behind. Doesn't matter if it's in a laptop. You're not allowed any LiPo on the plane. Any lithium battery in a hold in case of a fire, so it's got to be in your hand. When I'm flying normally, so once I've gone through check-in and departures, I normally take it out of the plastic bag, put it back on the mod it was on, and tuck it in the seat in front of me upside down, so that the pressure doesn't force the liquid out, because it will. So just tuck it in the plane in the sack in front of me. That generally works. Is anybody else still? John Malcolm, top holiday tip: do a Scottish accent the whole time, so people don't hate and despise you. That's true. They'll be able to understand it.
Unless you're talking to another Englishman.
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely don't do a Scottish accent then.
Some airports will make you turn on and show usage if you leave the batteries in there. That's totally true. Actually, I've had that. Weirdly, I had that with a flask. I took a holiday. They thought it was a hip flask. I had to put the atomizer on it and vape it. I mean, it's totally stupid, but fine. That was in St Lucia, I think.
I took the Cool Fire 2, which is shaped like a grenade, and I had a similar incident.
That's a good way of getting a free.
I just pulled the pin out and threw it.
I had, like, if you're watching the show, a couple of years ago, we went to India, and I took a flask away with me, and I removed the batteries from it, but fucking the bullshit X-ray machine saw the two gaps where the batteries would be as cylinders, and they thought they were batteries, so they delayed the flight for 45 minutes while I went to security.
Oh, you twat, John, you twat.
And they told me, well, the weird thing was, because as always, I'd had a couple of drinks before I went on the flight. I really thought I'd left the batteries on. I thought, I've been doing this fucking years. I'm such a dickhead. I'm really embarrassed. We got there, and the security guy gave me a really massive lecture about leaving batteries and going in the hold. And then he passed me the thing and asked me to remove the batteries. And I went, I am so sorry. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe I pulled the thing open and went, there's no batteries.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then they were gonna dispose of it, but they decided not to. Yeah, fucking awesome. On that note, though, on holiday, any questions you want to ask on any group you're on? If you're going on holiday, you're not really sure what to do it. Oh, build kits in your hold luggage. Dominic's just said that's quite right. Don't forget that sharps. There's been the rules have changed a tiny bit, but who cares? Put them in your hold luggage. If you've got scissors and you've got pliers and you've got wire and fucking stuff, just put it in your hold luggage. It saves a hell of a lot of problems. Just stick it in there. You don't need a little pair of scissors. It's not going to happen. You won't want it on the flight. You're not going to rebuild. Leave it. Right. On that note, talking about holidays, Just That Nick is going to close on Tuesday evening for 1 week until the following Wednesday. It's not going to close. The website's going to be open, but nothing's going to be dispatched. I'm going to do a banner tomorrow on the top of the page saying that nothing's going. From the 12th to the 19th, if you want something from Just That Nick, order it now. So when I'm saying Cactus Punch is awesome and all this other stuff, if you're going to order or want to order very shortly, put your order in now and I'll get it out. I promise I'll get everything out that I can. Absolutely. But if you're thinking about it, do it now.
Yeah, make John real busy. Make him real busy. Get him. Whoosh, whoosh. Pack that liquid, John. Pack it.
I don't mind at all. And obviously, I'm hoping, I'll do Jan news. We've got Can Only Be Breakfast being added to the Casadega liner. We've got Can Only Be Nuts being added. So we're going to have Can Only Be Nuts, Can Only Be Breakfast, Can Only Be One, Can Only Be Reserve, and Can Only Be Love. Have I gone mad?
Yes.
Right.
That's not a thing. Can only be love.
Have I gone mad?
That's the song, isn't it?
That's a new one. It's now, yeah.
What flavour would that even be, John? What can only be love?
I've tried it. It just tastes like piss.
What am I missing? Somebody help.
Can Only Be Mine.
Can Only Be Mine. Can Only Be Love. It's close. Can Only Be Mine. Sorry. Too many fucking liquids. Yeah, they're on their way right now from the US of A. They're coming through DHL, so I mean they might land on Monday and then we'll bang them out.
Get them up. What's the so Can Only Be Breakfast is cereal. Cannoli
Cereal
nuts
plus the cannoli
is pistachio. Is that right?
Pistachio cream and a cannoli shell.
Nice.
It's like a Fruit Loops cereal with cream and with a cannoli. So the background, the cannoli one, which people really, really like. I've got a restock of that as well, and that's I've heard people are going to like that. So that's that. That's Jan. Fucking hell. But any question, if you are going on holiday, you're not sure what to do, post it up in the group, and there's loads of people who can answer.
Just do a search. Do a search. Do a search. I don't want to be a dick, but it has been answered loads of times. I'm sure you've probably still got a thread on Safer Vapors where you go into it in massive detail.
It's still a video on this channel, I think.
There is still a video on the channel. But the other thing I would say to you, if you're
say it quickly, so we're running out of time.
We'll say it really quickly. If you've got a brain, Google the fucking place you're going on holiday and make sure that the laws and regulations are what you think they're going to be, because they do change. It's fluid. They can change. So do check. Make sure you're not flying in to get all your shit taken away from you, because we've seen it. I've seen people lose £1,000 worth of gear on landing. Don't be that.
But you don't have to use Google if you don't want to. There's Jeeves and there is Yahoo. AOL. I've got some EOL discs. If anyone needs one of them EOL discs, I've got some in the loft. Give us a shout.
I've got an NTL one somewhere.
Richard, pole coils ting.
Oh yeah, so did a little thread on the group. It just struck me that a lot of people were talking about pre-made coils. Just got these pre-made coils, Pilgrim ones, PC coils, using these, and I'm watching a couple of reviews as well, and they were bigging up a certain coil maker. I just thought, how widespread is this laziness? You know, no. I just thought, just how widespread is this use of pre-made coils in a rebuildable Atty? So we put it up. I'll stick the picture up on screen now. So we did a little poll, and the vast majority of people, obviously, a lot of people said. Let me just move these as well. A lot of people said that they do both. And it depends on what they're doing as to whether they use a pre-made fancy one or they do it themselves. But the vast majority of people still said they do wrap their own, 130 to 30, 30 by them made. But the majority of comments were saying actually it's both. It's a bit of both. What about you guys? What do you do? Do you still wrap your own coils every time? You've got the PC coils now, John, haven't you?
I use the. I've got the same answer as a couple of people who answered. So I did tick a thing, but I left it. So probably 75% of my stuff has got my own hard coil in it. But the one-own PC coils are brilliant.
Yeah.
Because I can't do that. I can't do a one-own Clapton, and they're fantastic. You can't do that. Not yourself. So, well, I can't be asked. There's no point doing it for the money.
Obviously, you can do it yourself.
Yeah, but
it's a pain in the arse. But you can also buy the pre-Clapton wire and then wrap it yourself.
You can, but not at that lower, not at that higher. I've not seen it.
Yeah, it's probably not available as a pre-made wire.
Why isn't that available? Why isn't there? Because I would because they are good. Them PC coils that, and I've tried. I got super like that fanny's thin wire to try and wrap me on super thin high ohms Clapton, and there is definitely a skill involved. I got about this much, which was usable, and I couldn't really get a coil out of that.
Peter does like 100 a day, 100 in like a couple of hours. I will even say he's got a new one coming out, but I can't really talk about it.
Shush, John, shush with your thing. People you'll be inundated with emails.
Yeah, also, this is not a sponsored topic.
But yeah, I am. So 75% of mine I build myself, 25%. Sorry, Jake.
Yeah. Go
on.
And
I'm 99% because I'm boring. I'm really dull. I use 27 gauge, 35.35 mil Canthal. And that's all I use pretty much. So, and I'm not getting somebody to make them coils for us because that's just really, really, really lazy.
Yeah. If you're doing that kind of thing.
But then one uncoils from Peter are great. I would like to see lengths of them so you can. So I could do a 2 mil in a diameter or a, you know what I mean? Really get them teeny tiny.
Yeah. So in the comments on that thread, Sam Newitt said, "Can you put both as an option?" Dean Adams, both. He said both as well. Dom, I do both. Sarah, I do both. Both wrap a load and then use pre-wrapped if I run out. Feeling lazy. That's good. That's the right. That's still technically wrapping it yourself. Don't worry about that. Daniel Thornton says, I wrap my own round wire ones, but I buy fancy coils. That's pretty much the way to go, I guess. Unless you get your hands on like the Mod Maker pre-made Clapton wire and then wrap it yourself. That's an option.
Absolutely. Somebody just posted up that Vandy Vape do make pre-made mouth-along Clapton wire.
Yeah, they really do.
It would be twatty of me not to say that, but it is.
Yeah, some of it's all right, some it's not. I'll flick off topic. I get sent a lot of this stuff. A lot. Like literally every time someone sends me an RDA or a tank, they'll send me their raft of pre-made wire, coils, etc., etc. For a long time, they were shit. A lot of them were shit for a long time. The vast majority, like they just didn't quite get the idea of it needed to be a very thin wire wrapping the thick wire type thing. They just didn't get it for a long time. However, in more recent times, some of them are pretty good. The reason you don't see a lot, hear a lot from the coil master people anymore, is because a lot of them moved to a company. A lot of the people that work there moved to a company called Coil Style. Their coils are pretty good. I don't know what's going to happen to Coil Master. It sounds like they just don't have enough people to run as a company anymore. But Coil Style are pretty good. The only other two I would actually personally vouch for are probably Vandy Vape and Watofo.
Right.
A lot of the other ones are still not great, to be honest. But again, there's certain ones that are really tried and tested and really, really approved, like beyond a level above that. And the level above ones are probably PC coils and Pilgrim as well. Pilgrim are good. So I would say there are levels to it, but I would say Watofo and Vandy Vape are close. They're getting closer.
Yeah, it's definitely, and well, that's why. But that's why they push forward so fast. And I know Peter was at Order Vape, and there was a few others there. There's this really weird pushback against some people from a certain sector on pre-made coils. I've never understand that at all. If I had the time or inclination, I could probably, like James said, he made like a section of that. I could probably do that. But I'd much rather let somebody get it right every time.
It's
absolutely.
Fine and dandy making your regular Claptons or even something a little bit more fancy than that. But when you're working with that super thin wire, it is so tricky not just to overlap and get just a bunch up and massive spaces. And when you're buying the likes of PC and Pilgrim, they're not like that. They are pristine and perfect.
It's totally worth it, isn't it? I'm not getting a drill out. I'm not getting a drill out just to put a new build in.
It's not just a drill. I went to a fishing shop and bought all of them.
The winder spool thing.
And then I got wood and I made like this brackety thing so I could attach the thing and it was half a day and I got maybe an inch and a half of usable wire. It takes practice. It's a skill to do the good ones. It really, really is. If you want to have a go at making Claptons is it's not.
I've done that.
Yeah. But the fancier stuff, you're paying because there's somebody there.
It's not like you use it for 2 days and chuck it out, is it? It lasts fucking weeks and months.
Final comments. Michael Briggs. Both simple round wire. I build my own, but for fuse, daily, and etc. I buy. Ian Schwa. I wrap my own for squonking, but mouth along coils from Pilgrim. Both, says Paul, and Jimmy is a bit of both as well. So I think almost as a group we're in agreement really. When things start getting really fancy, it's worth the extra money just for save the hassle, save the faff, and get it spot on every time. Probably worth buying them for that fancy stuff. But But for just a simple thing, we all still wrap our own, I think.
Yeah. I do the same thing every time. James, Freya.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's another quick one. I was like I said, I was searching.
I assume that's how you pronounce it, Freya.
Freya, I presume so as well. I didn't speak to Renato on this. This is from RSS. It's another one. It's been out. This one's been out months. Actually, it's been out months. But again, there's lists. There's lists up, I think, now. And this is just a bunny thing that it was the this is a mod that is available in many different variations. I think it's available in 18650 and 18350, and I think you can have it in DNA 60, you can have it in dicodes, you can have it in Starplat 75, or you can have a full mech version of it. So there's like loads of versions of it available.
I like, as Rick would say, it's very honest.
It is. It's available in stab wood. You pick your wood. It's available in hybrids. It's got the cool copper tube, and the copper tube on. Hopefully, we'll look at the pictures now. There are a lot of them are kind of personalized. I've seen them where they've been engraved. He did a show in Tokyo, and there was a full engraved Chinese dragon sort of thing. But it was the Starplat one I saw today, which I think should have been the first picture that we saw, where the little square screen, is right at the bottom of the mod, and I just thought that looks really dandy, and I really like the look of it. And I don't always look on the RSS group, and I saw that today, and I was like, well, I like the deep cutaway. It's kind of, I don't know. I liked it. I really, really liked it.
I like that light colour one with the patinaed tube.
Yeah, a few of them have got the potato tube. I thought it was a good little mod. And tell you now, it is €389 plus shipping, and they're available now on the RSS group to buy. I think you sign up for a list, blah blah blah. I just thought I liked it.
Lovely.
Tell the people about it. Okay, John Stuttgart.
Back to, I think we're just going to run through this as fast as possible. Obviously, we weren't there, but I just want to get feedback from what I saw and what you saw, from the people who were there. It looked fucking awesome. If I'm totally honest. For me, although we weren't there, it looked to me like the show that the UK missed this year. It really did. They'd got it right. They'd got the mod makers gallery was huge, absolutely massive. The atmosphere looked absolutely fantastic, and I really, really think that the UK shows like Jam and Expo need to be looking at Stuttgart for what they want to do. If they want to go that way, then that's what they want to do. Because one thing it definitely showed is that if you do it correctly, you can still get the crowd in Europe. Amazing. There was
some debate last year if it was the most attended Expo of the year. There's no debate this year.
No way.
That will be by a country mile the biggest attended Expo this year. I'm talking worldwide, America, everything.
I can tell you now, it'll be the biggest in 2020 as well. I think we kind of talked about diminished crowds at Expo and Jam this year. Get to Stuttgart if you can. When they announce the date, which they normally do in sort of October, November, I would really get your ticket.
It depends where you're at. It depends where you're at with your Expo visiting as to whether it's the right choice. But yeah, it's definitely a monster show.
Fantastic. I could do Dominic. Dominic was out there. Dominic's in the chat. Colin was back over there, and Omi. There was loads of Omis there. They had a really, really, really fantastic time. Mr. Mark Toddlington was over there again. I don't know who's bursting with it when he got back. I was very jealous. Screw you all.
Yeah, it looked great.
You're all wackers.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Really doing it right. You've said, John, really, really doing it right. Massive, something for everybody as well. Something for everybody from
I was so chuffed, and it sounds really. No, it doesn't. When we talk to people, when it's people we've talked about on the show, and they do really well at an exhibition, and nothing but pride. It's really, really chuffed. I was talking to Peter from PC Coils week before last, and Peter was just the show nerves, and I went, "Nah, fuck off, mate. You'll slam it." And he slammed it. Absolutely fantastic, because people buy an Atmizoo and they want a coil while he's there, and they get it, and everything was there.
Yeah,
They've got the liquids, mods, atomizers, the lot. Amazing.
Yeah. We did say last week we hope that the organisers of Vape Expo UK go, and I can tell you they did go.
Oh, did they?
They did go. So that'll be interesting. They've always been pretty shrewd guys in the past, so it'll be interesting to see what they take from it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, they've already. Dominic's just said they've already announced it. They've already announced the date. So go over to Facebook.
Yeah.
They've got a page. Go to Stuttgart and find it. There was free beer. Dominic said. There was. It just, and you had the weather for it as well. We had shit weather at Expo. The first year ever, the weather was terrible.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep. Very good.
Anyway, yeah, just jealous. Yeah,
it looked great. They smashed it, didn't they?
James.
Okay, let's quickly whiz through this one. Time's really getting on here. This is another oldie but a goodie. It's been out it's been a couple of months. This is I've shown you a couple of European mods. This is homegrown. This is developed by Tippy. Should have some pics on. This is a DNA 75C 18650. It's got a Mod Dog Nano V2 manual screw, a manual adjust 510. That's going to be changed to the auto adjust when they run out, sort of thing. It will only take a 22mm RDA or tank because of that little cutaway. It's got a little bit of a cutaway. We've seen one of them already at night. Not quite as deep in this one. Actuator buttons will be machined from the same block material, matchy. Each block is going through a 3-stage polishing process. We've seen this with other UK modders where they come up lovely and shiny. I'm thinking about Mr. Bonner there when I'm saying that. Measurements are at the very widest or highest parts are 93 by 45 by 29mm. Shipped in the new laser cut presentation box, and they are €400 with no deposit required. Just really quickly, just to show you something from this country. This is from an army.
Yeah, this one's
he retired. He came back. He was like,
Aiden. He's such a fucking hell. Aiden's one of the nicest places. I think he's out on our beta at the moment. But Aiden's a DJ, and he's showing us nothing but love all the way through. Us doing the shows for we're coming up for 4 years. Aiden's been absolutely fantastic. And when he retired, we were all a little bit. It's really. Yeah, and then he came back and started carrying on doing it, and I'm so proud he came back and seeing what he's knocking out. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic.
Bro,
we fucking love you. Keep doing.
We do. Keep doing what you're doing, and we're glad you're back. We're really glad you're back. Okay, let's go over to you, John. You got
fuck it off. I'm not bothered.
You don't want to do the saucy news?
Nah. Okay. The Mirror have run a story called Vapegasm, which is a new vaping system, which is connected to a vibrator. So you'll be able to vape as much as you vibrate.
I haven't been sent it.
Not yet.
That sounded like I haven't been sent it. No.
Quite picky about what I review.
Because I saw the next thing. I don't care about vapegasms when we know James is going to talk about the ideal vape mate.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
You confused me by putting IDV. It's not IDV.
You know what it is? I've been terribly rushed. Yeah, the
IBM.
Mate. The old IBM. That's a terrible acronym. Who came up with that name? That's a little shit. Okay, the ideal vape mate. First vendor has been announced this week. We have got Jeffries. The lovely Dolan, who sends dick pics to John during the show, and vice versa, obviously.
I'll show you after. It's disgusting.
And he's going to be bringing Jeffries Vintage Vape, I presume, Jeffries Vintage Bakes, I presume. And he's also going to be bringing some hardware, which is nice.
You're missing one. Oh, the name's gone completely out of my head. Mark, he's watching. Who's the lovely American chap? With the 5 or so liquids, 4 or 5. One of them being.
What are you on about?
I don't know.
Oh, do. Mark's just done those.
Oh, Epistle.
Epistle? No.
Oh, he's bringing a pistol with him, is he?
No, he's not bringing a pistol. What? Epistle's friend. This is like crap caricatures things. What the fuck am I doing?
Is it a film? Is it a film?
It begins with P. Premise.
Yeah, he just brought premise, hasn't he? He just brought premise. Yeah.
Premise.
Okay. So,
Premise.
bring them with him. Okay. Go, look at the time. Look at the time. Okay. So tickets are still available. We've sold an adequate amount of tickets.
Yeah.
We have not. We've sold more than a schwa.
It's more than a schwa. We are. If nobody else buys a ticket, it's gonna be a hell of a weekend.
It really is, doesn't it?
If nobody else buys a ticket, we're not. If you don't want to buy a ticket, you don't want to come. We're not bothered.
Yeah.
We're not bothered. We've got
the numbers. We've got the numbers that we're happy with.
We have. I'm not trying to pimp the tickets.
So
yeah,
there are a few available, but we're happy.
We're going to have 8 vendors there for you to buy things, and we want everybody 8 or more. At the moment, we've got. We're going to announce a bit by bit because let's be serious. There's 80 odd days to go, and we're going to build it up because we're wankers like that. And our first vendor is Jeffries. And as James already said, so he's got Jeffries Vintage Bakes, premise, and he's going to bring some hardware along. Somebody said to me, he might bring some hardware along. Someone said to me, what's he bringing? I tell you what, 3 months is a fucking long time in vaping. For us to ask them to commit would be absolutely stupid. Whatever Mark thinks is going to be the thing, or something that's going to sell, he's going to bring it. And he might just bring liquid.
He's going to bring some egos with him, some ego tanks, and
it's going to be an absolutely fantastic thing.
And we're hoping to announce the next vendor on Monday. Yeah,
we'll do that. Somebody just said, "Good question, Dom." But what is it? It's just that Nick going to be there. Well, we'll have to work it out. We'll find out. We've got 7 more to.
Stop wobbling your thing, John. Stop wobbling your thing.
7 more to announce. We'll see.
We've got 7 more to announce. We'll see if one of them's that.
Yeah, just
Nick. Time for this week on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh no! Let's tell you that I phoned the 5 bells. I phoned the 5 bells.
Sorry.
He rang the 5 bells.
I phoned the 5 bells. Like 5 bells.
Don't miss the pun. James rang the 5 bells.
I did. I rang the bells. I rang the bells. Remember this though as well. I know this is early days. Remember this. It's the 5 bells. That's all it is. It's not 5 bells in. It's not 5 bells hotel. It's the 5 bells. That's all it is. Around the 5 bells, I was like, 5 bells. How you doing? They went, oh, to be sure, we're fine. I don't know why. They went, oh, we're beautiful here. Would you like to come along and have some beer? I was like, would you like to come along and have some beer? They went, that's no problem at all. I was like, what beer do you have? And I asked them what draft they had. This is tonight. I don't know. They could change. The subject change. Your miles may vary. Tonight, I've got Ghost Ship on draft. They have got Worthingtons, they've got Thatchers, they've got Guinness, they've got Carlsberg, they've got Foster's, they've got Kronenberg, and they've got white and rosé for the ladies. They've got draft wine. That's right, draft wine.
Oh.
Draft wine.
You know what's like? Do I want a bottle? No, I'll just have a little. I'll have some of the draft.
Can I have a pint of white wine?
Yes. so that is, and also remember to bring your cash. Kids and families are allowed. There's a kids play area in one of the thingies. If you want to bring your family, that's fine. That's it. Okay.
Just you go into that tiny little bit, which is just to say, if you have got kids and you want to bring them and you're not really sure what to do, bring the kids along, and they're not going to get charged tickets. We're not fucking stupid. It's no problem at all. It's basically it's a pub. If you normally take your kids to pubs, you know what I mean. If you normally
they know what you mean, John. What's been happening on Instagram though? That's what I'm really. What's been happening on Instagram this week?
Oh, what a week!
Smooth.
What a
that
week!
Was so smooth.
Slick, that is slick. Because I can tell you exactly right now. What a week it has been on Instagram. First of all, we got this. This is Wismac's new sub tank. Now, this is a tricky one. I'm assuming this is pronounced
Trough.
I can only assume it's pronounced trough. It's the trough tank from Wismec, a brand new sub tank. They got a little spiel on the side there. It's a revolutionary tank from Wismec featuring new WT01 single 0.35 ohm head and a dual one with a 0.2 head, and it is pure flavour and massive cloud. So that's the thing. That's the new sub tank from Wismec. So...
Wait there. It can. There's a great thing there. Diversion e-liquid leading system and wood pulp cotton, which can effectively prevent leakage. It doesn't say it can affect. It can effectively.
Yep, that old wood pulp is perfect for the old wicking.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So that's the thing. That was on Instagram this week. Also, this is new from EH Pro. I don't know if we might have sneak peeked this before, but this is a cooperation between EH Pro and Ambitions Vapor. It's an American.
You said
reviewer.
it two different ways, Richard.
What?
You just said EH, which is wrong, and then you said EH.
Oh, right. What? EH is right.
Yes.
All
There's
right.
no such fucking thing as H.
Look, where I'm from, there is no H. There's not even a. I live in a place called Uddersfield, and if you see an horse, it is called an horse.
That's fine.
So it's don't even.
You said it two different
30 plus years of never using that sound, so it's still new to me. Yeah, so this is the. Well, I believe it's called the Cold Steel 100 Maxi 120 watt. I might be wrong, but it's it's. I did see in the comments of this thread on the Instagram, it's kind of a poor man's SX Yeehee SX SL class.
Yeah, but it's going to have the price as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be affordable, but it does have that SL class look to it.
It does.
But you could say that it's also got that Zen. What was the Zen one?
Yeah,
that was before the.
Yeah, the Zen DNA.
Yeah, the Zen DNA. That was before the Yeehee ones. How far? You know how.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, the Yeehee one is definitely a copy of the DNA, definitely. And
so
then there's a copy
this
of
is
that.
a copy of that. So it's a copy of a copy.
What the fuck are you gonna do? It's a board on a tube. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's a board stuck to a tube, basically. But it looks quite canny. It's quite.
It is a sign. It's that's not ugly. It's not ugly.
And we're not passing judgment as such on this. We're just showing you what's new, really.
Yeah.
So that is a thing.
Oh God, you're going to pass judgment on the next thing.
And yeah, I did think of you whilst cropping this picture, John. This is the new one from Asmodus. This is the Thor 2 with a DNA chipset. This is the Thor 2.
I hope if it comes in a different colour, that is fucking horrific.
There are a wide variety of colours. In fact, I'm not sure there are two the same.
Okay.
And I saw one that looked okay.
It's fuck ugly like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a crazy one. I saw one in a sort of light blue that looked okay, and one in a sort of light wood colour that looked okay. But on the whole, there are a lot that look like this, that are a bit out there, a bit radical. It's got a DNA board though. It says Modus mod. It's the Thor 2. It's an interesting one.
Has that got a price?
That'll be about 100 quid.
That's not bad. I mean, if like that, you'd have to pay me 100 quid to carry it. But if it's a lighter wood and quite nice, then
I think, yeah. Like I say, I've seen about 30 pictures of these, and there's only 2 of them that I thought looked all right. So it's definitely a situation where
Mark's doing pukey faces. Dominic went with ugly. Scott Bogfoots went with kill it.
Yeah.
Cuz Steve went with my eyes. It's unicorn poop.
Yeah, I think it is. It's one of those mods. It's certainly not the sort of mod I would buy on a website where you don't get to pick your colour. You know, the ones where it's just a random.
Yeah, get what you're given. Fuck off. I don't want it there.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. In August, in August when they go like there's a selection of toys from a range You don't get to choose the toys from the range that you want. Anyway, I think it might be all right. I think in the right colour, stainless steel, silver.
James, there's a trick. I told you this before the show. When I went to go get my wife a donkey from Shrek, and they said, well, you can order a character, but it might not be the one that comes down the chute. And I said, well, depends how much time of yours you want to waste, because every time you ask me something that isn't a donkey, I'm going to go over there and get a refund, and it's going straight back up the tube, and we're going to stand here until a fucking donkey comes down there. So, up to you how long you stand here passing me crap in a box. And the first one was a donkey. It's handy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Purely coincidental. Purely coincidental.
Right.
It's that time, I think.
Is it? Okay, let's bring
the first one. So I'll describe the first one to get us.
Okay, that sounds good.
Oh, it's Mark A. Todd on the Rich Man Shaving Group.
Oh yes, indeed. This is from Billy Rose, I believe. Is this Billy Rose? It is. It's Billy Rose of Billy Rose fame. It's Mark A. Todd. It's Mark Todd. All right, next one.
Oh, this is we've had this about 8 times. It's a coil bike rack.
It is. This is from Connor from Mums. This is, but I think this
he took it, didn't he? There, he took that.
He took it there. This is from
Fair Play.
Yeah, it's from Expo, not from Expo, from
Hall of Vape.
Hall of Vape.
And it looks like he's dry burning it as well, which is quite
nice. Nice. Next one.
Oh, this was just moments before we came on air from our friend Craig, aka Gary.
Didn't even get it until somebody commented.
Yeah, well, it was him who commented. So what I've done here is I've done a little bit of photo trickery, and I've put the reason behind the Rick James photo, because on Marketplace, Rick and James have used Marketplace. I like Marketplace.
Rick James.
Yeah.
Armadillo.
Oh, Derry Murphy. Derry, I'm not Irish. Murphy. Armadillo. It's Armadillo mods. Next one. Another one from Derry.
Halo: The Fall of Reach.
It's
a reach as well as being a reach.
Yeah, and this is and let us tell you, this is a reachy Triumph Batava. Yeah. We've got they're all pretty reachy. Next one.
It was a reach within a reach, that one. Oh, this is good though.
Yeah. Graham Vincent.
It's like
I thought it was a mod. When I first saw it, I thought it was a mod.
Yeah,
I did as well. We've had this one. We've got this one twice. Now Graham, I don't think was the original. I'm not entirely sure what the chronology of the. We've had this one twice. I've got it on twice. You'll see this one again. Somebody saw it first. I don't know who it was. I don't remember. Graham Vincent. That's Graham Vincent. Next one.
Oh, it's the Nokia 3310.
Oh.
Okay, this is from Jason Coppinger. This remind him of Vaping, because if you want to work out what that says.
No.
Oh God. It's Strava in numbers.
It's not. It says so 999 is Y, 666 is O, 88 is U, and then it's R, E, and then 222, 88, 66, 88. It's old fashioned text speak. It's you are a cunt, John. Not sorry, I don't know why John came out at the end of that. That was totally unintended.
I really like the fact that I don't think you've ever said cunt on the show, and you just did it.
It's for research. But Jason Coppinger, you're banned. Get out. Your fault. Okay, next one.
Oh, it's like a fist.
Okay, Jimmy Parker. It's diesel aftershave. We've had diesel aftershave before, but I think this is a new incarnation of it. It's Spirit of the Brave. We've had it before. It looks a bit like a dude holding a mech or a
Jimmy
something.
Richie Parker.
Richie Parker there, yeah. He's messaging us now. What are you messaging? You know, I'm live on the telly, not the real telly, but the pretend YouTube telly.
Thing.
Next one from John. John, explain yourself. Is this Scotch?
Mince pies, lies.
Oh, Scotch. I did say it was a reach. God,
they last well, don't they?
Yeah, it's because it's got the word Scotch in it. And
what's the month after July called?
August.
They last till the end of August.
It's not bad, is it? Yeah. No, it's because I always I like to call Scottish people in vaping Scotch, and they get very angry about it. So it reminded me of vaping, so I put it on the show.
What? I don't get it.
No, because we're looking at the different. We're looking at the, your mince pies.
We're
Your
looking
mince
at
pies.
mince
Pies. Oh,
Not cotton your almond slime, not your mince pies.
oh,
Your actual mince pies.
It's because the expiry date is because it is the date of the ideal vape meat.
All right, well done.
That's what it is.
Next one.
They go out of date that day. I'm going to buy some. Bring them along.
Mighty MKL production.
Oh, this is Josh. John, this is you.
Oh, I was there again, yeah, because our friend Jamoosh, or Josh,
Jamoosh,
who owned Vape Pipe company in the UK, is now it literally just finished a bit of his training in New Zealand to become an EasyJet pilot, and that looks like Josh from Vape Pipe. So I put it on the show.
It's crazy. I think it's mental that he is now a pilot, John. I think it is absolutely mental.
This is the one you were on about, John, the Scotch fillet steak.
That was literally the word Scotch. That was what I thought was funny. So I put it on the
Yeah,
show.
lovely.
Proof, if proof be needed, that is how you call Scottish people.
Yeah, exactly, because otherwise it'd be Scottish beef, wouldn't it? But it's not, it's Scotch.
Oh, it's kind of just some beer in a little glass.
No, it's clever, that. Why? What? Look at it. What's wrong with the beer?
Oh, it's got a big head like you.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Nautilus.
Oh, John.
I fucking hate this. I really hate this picture.
Dear, why?
I'll smash it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I really do, because it's fucking just shite from a Chinese factory with shitty Chinese bulbs and a shitty fake fucking meter and a load of bullshit on the end, and then some fucking retard, excuse my language, shouldn't have said that, is £82.50. It's worth about 50p. You're a fucking idiot if that's in your fucking front room.
Oh, is that what it is? £82.50. It's still a good discount though, isn't it? 165.
Give a shit. Look at it. Excuse me for using the word.
It's like that Harry Enfield thing, isn't it? I saw you come in.
They really did. Just like 2p's worth of switches, 50p's worth of bulbs, and a load of bullshit. I hate it.
That'd look cracking in your house, John.
Fucking, I hope the person who made it fucking is made with
I cannot believe how upset by that love you are, John. That is brilliant.
John,
okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
This is just a picture of John.
It is. Do you know this one, John? Do you know what this one is, John?
I quite liked it because I didn't know. Yeah, it's the top of the mine in the Sanford Supercop picture. It looks like 3 atomizers, which I give you that, it does.
It does.
I was like, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, long drip tips were pretty good. I like that one. Keith, that was from Keith Jones. Thank you, Keith. Next one is from Mark Holland. Gambit Prime.
Gambit Prime, correct.
Oh, yeah.
Fair play.
Prime.
K from Prime.
Yeah.
Can we give him that? We'll give you that, Mark. Next one.
Oh, it's just a screen grab from a computer game.
I didn't even get this. I have no idea what it is.
Oh, I know. It's from
Yeah, that's what it is. The player, because apparently I didn't think Moxie was a gamer, but apparently he's bought himself a PlayStation or whatever by the looks of it. Yeah, more. It's milliamp hours. Yeah, absolutely. Next one, Mark White. Is that right? Is the cup?
Cufflinks.
Oh, cufflinks.
Yeah, that's quite good. I'll give you that. It's like
Oh, sorry, Mark. Yeah, another one from Moxley there. And he said this was a reach. It's better than the other one, Moxley.
No, we've had it before. No, we've not had it before, and it's spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one is from Mark White, Mr.
Mark
Crap.
White trying to sell his own products.
Yeah, he's just pimping his own gear. He's got his own stripy mug with, I presume, what is a shortbread beside that.
You can't see. Look at that. It looks black on the screen.
And then
it's a stripe.
It's in behind is the Crackheads Facebook group, which is the place to go if you like that sort of style.
If you like that kind of 3D printed stuff. Look at this little battery. Look. I'm going to hold it here because I know there's
well, hang on. I'll just. Oh no, I can't.
Okay, fine. Yeah, it's a battery.
Merch. If you want merch,
go to merch. Go
absolutely.
Yeah, check out Crackhead group.
Next one is from Mick Blizzard.
This doesn't count. This is that is the D Pro Mini with the SVB.
Yeah.
Next to it, he's got his medicine. He's got his medicine from Aspire Pharma.
You don't need to observe Rule 4 with a Travava.
You do not.
No.
Anything goes around here. Anything goes.
Well done, mate.
Get the next one he did.
Ooh, okay. So how much have we got there? £3.
We've got £5.10. That's what we've got.
10. Yeah, you've cheated your ass off there, mate.
You really have.
Not gonna lie.
Oh, I give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, what?
Next one is
He just spilled £5.10 on, and then he thought, oh, that's £5.10. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right, fair play. Evil Genius.
This is Paul Iverson.
It works a bit. I mean,
Yeah,
It does.
Kind of works.
It does. It does. Who was the original Evil Genius? Where did that come from?
Loads. This old.
Yeah. Next one, Pete Nixon. Next one.
Just fostered a dog.
I'm really sorry. I've been sent this about 50 times. People have sent me that picture. Bless you. I do stick cardboard stuff on my dog because she doesn't give a shit. But people, the funny thing is, I get told so often how cruel I am to the dog. But if I pick up a cardboard box, my dog comes and sits in front of me, waiting for me to put it on her. So, is it cruel? Not really. She doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, that just means that she's conditioned.
She is conditioned to wear cardboard. She loves it.
But that's gonna make it right.
Nah, she does. I always make her a little hat. She loves it. I wouldn't put her in
She
pocket.
definitely loves it. You can see it on her face.
Something like that. All right.
Next is
Yes.
Botswana.
Yes, this is the not a bird sanctuary. This is from Richard Sharp.
Richard Sharp was was on the Vape Fest committee. Richard Sharp, really nice guy from Yorkshire. That is a shit tripod bar. You're a fucking idiot.
Vanilla pods.
Yeah,
Ross
makes no
Patterson.
sense. Next, that's what they're called. Next.
It's well reachy.
A digger wheel.
This is Ryan Daw. I think
it's because there's a ghost shit bot
it's
on.
ghost ship, yeah.
That's
There's a thing that reminds you of
is
John
Richie.
Martin. Yeah, it's Richie has. Next one, Sam Newitt. Mark
leggings.
Todd, we've had loads of these. Thank you, Sam, but we've had loads of these. Mark Todd apparently he's a famous horsey rider.
He's not the most famous Mark Todd, is he?
He's not by any means.
Can't imagine what that's like.
Scotty Bigfoot.
Literally makes no sense, Scotty, because that's what it is.
Chandler, that's brilliant.
Chandler.
That is
Makes
brilliant.
We love that one. We absolutely love
That
that.
is
Scotty.
great. Well done.
Brill.
I love that. That's the best one so far.
Yeah.
Nook, it's like a children's bottle.
Oh, this is from Scotty McGovern.
I really hate this one. Where's the shittest one this week? It doesn't make any fucking
It's spot
sense.
on, and they've even proved it in the picture.
What the fuck? It doesn't make any fucking sense. No, one of them's a bottle, one of them's a mod. So the point is, you're supposed to say, oh, the mouthpiece looks quite similar. That's because it's a fucking mouthpiece. If that's true, we could just put a clarinet on. It doesn't make any sense. There's no sense. Look at the right, cover the left up and look at it, and you go, it's a mod. Cover the other side, you go, oh, it's a baby's bottle. It literally makes no sense. They don't look anything like each other. Herbie, I mean...
I like it. Anyway, next one.
You're a fucking...
We're going to be in a deal with clarinets next week. Next one, that's another one from Scotty McGovern.
I don't know what
This is terrible.
I don't know.
Oh,
what it is.
no, kind of. That looks more like a mod than the baby's bottle did.
Looks like a man doing the front crawl.
That's not bad, actually. I'll give you that.
Okay, next one is William George.
Oh, it's like a radio, a trans talk.
That's exactly what it is.
It's exactly that. But it's got a drip. I can't justify that. William George, thank you very much for sending that in. But no. But William George might have been the originator of the next one.
This
I'll
one.
give you that. That does it like a mod. Well done.
Prop.
It is good. It's good. I like that one a lot. And that is the end. That's the last one. That's the last. No. We had a video.
Well, now you tell me. Hold tight.
We had a video from Scott Bonner.
Oh, I don't know if this. I never know if these will work. You ready? Is there sound involved?
No. I don't think so.
Here we go then.
I'm listening though, just in case there is.
It's James Toney, the boxer, talking to Caleb Plant. Also
Yeah,
a
but
boxer.
look at the dude. There's a
He
dude.
looks
There's
like
a trainer.
Moxon.
It looks like Moxon, and I do a little zoom in. I've edited the video, and I do a little zoom in. It looks a bit like Moxon. That's from Bonner. Lovely. I love a try of Batava from the Bonner. You kind of walk that, can you?
What is Bonner doing watching Fight Hype?
No idea. Absolutely no idea at all. But that was the end of it. That's it. We've ended. Let's end on a Bonner. End on a Bonner. There. That was try of Batava. That's things that remind you of vaping, but they aren't really vaping at all. And And that's the end of it from me. Rich, have you got anything else to say? John, he's gone for a wee. Oh, he's back. That was a quick wee. It was a really, really quick wee.
That's a really quick wee. A weed in the sink. No, that's it. That is it. You've got a bonus 20 minutes there. You're very lucky.
No, I'm back for the end.
Yeah, John is back for the end. We need to tell you this. There is no show next week. But stay tuned to the group. It's going to be a good week on the group. We've got some hot topics to discuss, and we'll be announcing the next vendor for IVM, the Ideal Vape Meet. A couple of tickets still available, but not many, which is good. So, thank you very much for watching. We
won't see you next Thursday, but I'll be in Crete. I'll be in Crete.
Have a lovely holiday, John.
Thanks, man.
Benidorm, he's off to Benidorm.
I am. They've got those at Lidl. That's where I'm going.
They're not actually Lidls.
I'm not going. I'm going to quit. I'll cancel.
Oh, they might be. I don't know. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I will see you a week on Thursday. Doesn't quite work, does it? Alright, bye.